KY3 News starts now.
Cannot see anything, and the snow was probably to above my ankle.
Half a foot of snow in Springfield. It's our heaviest snowfall in 3 years, creating a dangerous and dicey drive for people all across the Ozarks. An Osage Beach police cruiser got totaled in a weather-related crash on the Grand Glaze Bridge. The officer had been investigating a crash involving a tractor-trailer when another semi lost control and hit the cruiser. No one got seriously hurt. We have live team coverage of the challenges first responders are facing, the damage snow can cause when it flies off cars, and how to stay safe while shoveling. We start with Reagan DeTrolio live in Rogersville, where firefighters rush to everything from wrecks to water rescues. Reagan.
Paul, a Jeep slid into a creek not too far from here at around 5 this morning. Firefighters with this district were able to get the people inside of that Jeep out safely, but that was not the only wreck that they responded to today. Now, the Logan-Rogersville Fire Protection District also responded to a flipped semi off of Highway 60. Thankfully, the people inside the truck were also safe. Now, I rode along with the fire chief to take a look at road conditions, and he explained to me how his crews were able to respond to each of the crashes. We even saw people pushing cars that got stuck in the snow. Firefighters are urging you to take it slow.
They were going down a hill a little too fast. They came around a curve and just lost control and slid off into the creek.
When we arrived, you can see the vehicle in the water behind us. There's one subject on top of the car and one subject was in the water. And we were able to get them out. It was right, you know, the snow was coming down pretty hard. The roads were in bad shape. Took us a while to get here. But you can't really see the edges of the road, and I'm sure they just got sucked off.
Chief Sturts says if you stumble upon a car with yellow caution tape on it, no need to call the police. That means first responders have already been there, and they are just waiting for the road conditions to get better so they can clear that wreckage up. Live in Springfield, I'm Reagan DeTrolio, KY3 News.
All right, Reagan, those road conditions, the roads tend to get worse the farther south you drive, south of Springfield and east. MoDOT's traveler map shows mostly partly covered highway conditions. The worst conditions here near Ava, and then you go out toward Mansfield and West Plains. Now here's a look at some of the Springfield area streets. Want to take a look at those. Right here in the center, this is Jefferson and Olive. You can see it's mainly wet. If you want to park, you're going to have to walk through some snow. We'll take a look at this one over here. This is Jefferson and Primrose. You take a look at Jefferson and Primrose, mostly it's the turn lane that's slushy. A little bit of slush out here in the main driving area, too. With all that snow rolling through the Ozarks, dozens of plow drivers for the city of Springfield were hard at work. They kept 32 trucks running continuously to keep roads as clear as possible. Although many people hate this wintry weather, city leaders say that's not the case for workers with the Public Works Department.
I think our public works teams actually look forward to it because they prepare for it all year. We have, you know, a salt dome that has all of the salt supplied and ready to go, and so it is kind of like game time when it's time to get out there and get the roads cleared off. They're ready to go and excited about it, actually.
RDOT reports slushy highways across northern Arkansas as we look live there at Highway 65. That's Crooked Creek at Omaha, Arkansas. Beautiful looking, actually, if you're driving on it and the roads are clear like they appear to be here. Warmer weather will improve road conditions this weekend, but drivers should watch out for black ice. Meteorologist Danielle Davis is here tonight with our first forecast.
You know, Paul, call me crazy, but I was almost tempted to turn on some Christmas music while I was driving into work this morning. This is just what Christmas is supposed to look like, right? A nice winter wonderland today. Road conditions have improved a bit as the days gone on, and right now we're dry. The main snow on out of here, clouds starting to break up a bit, and as we head into the night tonight, don't want to rule out a stray flurry, but I think almost everyone looks to stay dry now through the rest of the evening. And then tomorrow morning we start off with a lot of sunshine, and we'll see a lot of sunshine tomorrow that will really help melt away at the snow, especially on the roads. Temperatures right now still right around freezing. Will continue to cool off tonight. Feels like temperatures even with light winds in the low to mid 20s for many. A look at sunshine right now, not looking too sunny. And we'll see temperatures in the upper 20s still through about 10 p.m. When the clouds break up, we'll cool off a little bit quicker into the upper teens for overnight lows tonight. Maybe a few low 20s in some of our northernmost counties. And as we head into the weekend, our temperatures warm up a bit more. We'll be back in the mid to upper 30s tomorrow. Mid 30s on Sunday with some clouds working their way on in as cold front passes by to cool us off into the start of next week. We'll talk more about forecasted road conditions for the day tomorrow in the morning, and we'll talk about when our highs are a bit closer to average coming up soon.
All right, Danielle, it's not just drivers impacted by the winter storm. Airlines are trying to stay on schedule all through the day. Flights out of the Springfield-Branson National Airport have been canceled or delayed, including flights to Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, Chicago, and Charlotte. This is arrivals. Every arrival between 4:26 and 8:21 is either canceled or delayed. That's right now. If you have a plane to catch, check with the airline before you head to the airport. Crews there have been working throughout the day to keep planes safe for takeoff. They've been checking planes for ice and keeping the runways clear, but we're told planes operate better in the snow than in the ice.
The good thing about this snow that we've got today in Springfield is that it's the type of snow that doesn't really affect aircraft that much as long as you keep up with the runways and keep them clear, because this kind of snow offers traction.
That snow has stopped piling up on the roads, but it's still in a pile on the roof, hood, and trunk of many cars and trucks, and that is a danger for other drivers. Nick Kelly joins us live in Springfield, sweeping the snow off one of the vehicles in our parking lot, Nick, and I believe I recognize that car, Nick.
It is a car, Paul, that should not have this much snow on top of it, but I've had to do this with my car this morning, the assigned news vehicle I have for today, all to keep myself safe when I'm out on the road. And not only would it be wise for everybody watching to do this for their safety and others on the road as well, it's wise to do it for your wallet's sake as well. Mila Thomas was like many across the Ozarks who woke up with snow on their vehicle. Before she could get anywhere, she first had to sweep the snow away.
I definitely gave myself a little bit extra time to warm up my car and get a little bit melted off, but I tried to do what I could and brush off as much debris as I could from the snow.
While there are no laws in Missouri and Arkansas requiring drivers to remove snow from their vehicles, Missouri law states that people need to drive in a safe manner and at a safe speed to avoid putting people at risk. A Springfield insurance broker knows how serious snow flying off a car roof or truck bed can be.
Their other office had an 18-wheeler on the road, and they were on 44, and the top of the truck, a bunch of snow and ice was packed on there, and that fell off and hit someone's car and cracked their windshield.
Patrol got the license plate of the truck, and that business paid for the repairs. Schaefer says if an accident is caused by snow from a driver's car, they would probably be held liable if you got their information. If not, you may be paying out of pocket or through a collision claim with your insurance provider.
If you filed on your insurance, and let's say it's a $1,000 windshield and you get a $500 deductible, they're only going to pay out $500. That's it. So, and then you're going to have a claim, which is going to stay on your record for 5 years, which is going to ding you for every renewal for the next 5 years. You'll get surcharged for that claim.
After hearing that and hearing how something like this happened to a customer, Mila will continue to play it safe each time it snows.
I always try to sweep the snow off of my side windows and then right above the roof of my car just in case any snow while I'm driving melts and just clashes down on my windshield.
Now, given how many cars I've seen on the road today, whether it's the roofs, truck flatbeds, or on the rear windshields, it's just another helpful reminder to give yourself extra time, sweep off all or as much snow as possible as you can before you venture out. Again, not to only keep yourself safe and keep others safe while we continue to melt and thaw out. Again, this is going to be very helpful to prevent your wallet from having an impact with any unwanted accidents or any other mishaps that might arise. Live in Springfield this evening, Nick Kelly, KY3 News.
Nick, I believe the boss owes you a cup of coffee for working on her car there. Many people woke up this morning, couldn't see the driveway under all that snow. So Nicolette Zangara shows us the best way to shovel without putting your heart at risk. Nicolette?
Yeah, Paul, you know, Nicolette's shoveling business is well in business today. And I'm starting to think the coworker who offered their driveway for the backdrop of this story had an ulterior motive, but that's besides the point. The most important thing is that you're not overexerting yourself. So it's really smart to limber up, do a little bit, maybe some squats and stretch a little bit before coming out. That's going to help your muscles. And also, as you're out here, it's pretty cold out here, but you can also take off a few layers if you start to overheat. Now, here's the best way to shovel. It's called the push method. It's really easy. You're just going to push it off to the side and pile it up. What you don't want to do not do this. Don't try and throw snow over your shoulder. That is going to put your back and your joints at risk, and you might wake up with some soreness or even an injury tomorrow. But if you feel any stabbing pains or if you're really short of breath and you can't seem to catch it, it's time to call 911 because your heart health might be at risk and death can quickly follow if not treated quickly. Reporting live in Greene County, Nicolette Zangara, KY3 News.
All right, Nicolette, thank you. If you don't want to break out the snow shovel, you might consider calling your lawn guy. Some small business owners are paid to clear private drives and commercial lots. One lawn care expert says there are some steps you can take to make clearing your driveway and sidewalk easier for the pros.
Pre-treatment's a big thing. If you can manage it to get the salt down before the snow comes, then everything goes a lot easier for everybody in the end.
Kruger also says avoid driving on the snow. That can pack it down, make it more difficult to remove. Before the storm, just keep your cars out of the area you know you'll want to clear. Next here at 5, an Ozarks man learns his sentence for assaulting law enforcement during the U.S. Capitol riot. And head to KY3.com. In the trending bar, we have a list of emergency shelters and winter weather resources, including your forecast, radar, road conditions, and school closings. President-elect Donald Trump will be a convicted felon when he takes office later this month. Today, a New York judge sentenced Trump to an unconditional discharge in the New York hush money case. That means no jail time or financial penalties. A jury convicted Trump in May of falsifying records of the payments he made to adult film star Stormy Daniels to cover up an alleged affair. Yesterday, the U.S. Supreme Court rejected Trump's last-minute request to drop the proceeding. A man from Tontitown in northwest Arkansas gets a year in prison for his role in the January 6th breach of the U.S. Capitol. David Camden admitted to assaulting police. Court documents indicate Camden yelled at officers and forcefully pushed a bike rack barricade into them, and he later sprayed a fire extinguisher toward a police line assembled to stop rioters. Camden will spend a year on probation when he gets out of prison. The death toll is up to at least 10 from the giant wildfires near Los Angeles. The flames have destroyed more than 10,000 homes and other structures since Tuesday. What started the fires remains unknown. Officials are hoping a break in the winds will help them make headway in stopping the 98 wildfires in California right now. Warming up this weekend when temps could top 40 degrees, and a look at whether there's more snow on the horizon. First, though, your weather school question. In January, Springfield gets an average of 2.2, 3.3, or 4.4 inches of snow.
And now, KY3 First Alert Weather.
Well, here's a look at the current snow depth across the region, where everyone blanketed in snow, including all of us here in the Ozarks, seeing snow last night into this morning. We're currently dry. I think we'll stay dry through the evening. Clouds, you can see them breaking up now north of I-44. Clouds will continue to work their way off to the south and east as we head through the rest of your evening and overnight tonight. Now, models showing maybe a few flurries here and there. I think we'll stay pretty dry, though. If you do see a flurry, you're not going to see any accumulation with snow this evening. And by tomorrow morning, we'll have clear skies, a lot of sunshine for your Saturday, and that will lead to a lot of melting, I'd say, as we head into Saturday afternoon for the snow, and a system working its way into parts of central Missouri Saturday evening into Sunday. No impacts, though, for us here in the Ozarks. So road conditions this evening, those major roads not looking bad at all right now. Some slush maybe in some turn lanes. Those secondary, tertiary roads, though, those are the roads that are going to give you some problems. So you still may have problems getting out of your driveway, out of your neighborhood, onto those main roads. But even the slushy spots on the main roads will likely refreeze overnight tonight and into the morning. So the potential for some black ice as you start the morning off, and then as the sun comes up, should quickly melt any ice away. And then once again tomorrow, a decent amount of melting as we are above freezing, and we'll see a lot of sunshine. Temperatures not cooling off too much more by 9 o'clock. We're in the upper 20s, and overnight tonight, lows in the upper teens to low 20s by tomorrow morning. This is 7 a.m. and heading into the afternoon, we'll be back in the mid to upper 30s, maybe a little bit warmer here around Springfield. We'll say around 36 to about 39 degrees, not as warm in some of our northernmost counties. I think we'll be a little bit cooler than some models strictly because of how much snow we saw, and as we work through the day tomorrow, still below average really all weekend long, and winds will be pretty mild. Now I'm showing you wind gusts right now. They are coming in from the northwest. It will make it feel a bit cooler, even though they're pretty typical, but still feels like temperatures heading into the night tonight will be a little bit cooler than actual temperatures. Similar story tomorrow morning by 8 p.m. We'll feel like the upper teens to low 20s, and then tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. we'll likely feel like the low to mid-teens, a few spots maybe around 20 degrees. So bundle on up out the door tomorrow morning. We do have some changes on the way. We warm up this weekend, but we are tracking another system to cool us off. Here's this big upper level trough that brought us the snow. It's shifting its way off towards the east. And then by tomorrow, we'll sit underneath this weak ridge, and we'll warm up, not above where we're supposed to be for this time of year in the 40s, but mid to upper 30s. Then we track this second wave that moves on in Sunday into Monday at the surface, pushing through a cold front. That front may bring a flurry or two on Sunday, but we won't see any accumulation from it, and I think right now most stay completely dry. But we will have some cloud cover through the day, and we will have cooler air moving on in at the start of next week. Teens tomorrow morning, upper 30s in the afternoon, mid 30s on Sunday. Light winds overall all weekend. 7-day forecast features cooler air Monday in the upper 20s, and then we warm up as we head into the end of next week. Friday will flirt with the 50s.
Wow.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
It seems like it's going to be short-lived, though. I think we go back downhill for the weekend and starting the following week off.
Still January, you know.
But I think I'm going to be sick next Friday.
Oh, okay.
Hey, your weather school question today. What is the average amount of snowfall for Springfield in January? 2.2 inches, 3.3, or 4.4?
You guys were talking earlier that the snowfall totals are in the top 25 for the past 20 years or something like that, right? Yeah, I think it was in a memo or something. So if this is one of the biggest, I'm going to say the average. It's got to be A.
No, it's actually 4.4 inches. It's pretty typical for us for the entire month of January, but we saw 6 inches of snow here in Springfield. Right now, our monthly snowfall is about 7.5 inches, so we are above normal for snowfall this year.
We are above normal in 2 storms. The fun local families are having on this snowy day. Next. An apparent engine issue forced a Delta Airlines plane to be evacuated. It happened after an aborted takeoff at Atlanta's airport this morning. Leaders at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport haven't said what happened, but a passenger says the engine on the Boeing 757 caught on fire. More than 200 people on board had to use the inflatable slides to deplane. 4 suffered minor injuries. The incident occurred while parts of Georgia, you can see it there, including the metro Atlanta area, received rare snowfall. That may have played a factor. You sent us pictures from all across the Ozarks from this snowfall. This one shows a bird's eye view of Hammond's Field here. It's not time for baseball just yet. This next one is going to show us this scene, and that's something many of us are all too familiar with, the feeling of sliding away on some of the back roads in town, the residential streets. And here's a pretty scene from Arkansas. This one right here, a lot of snow on the trees there, looking nice. Other people have sent us pictures of snowmen and your dogs enjoying the fun in the snow. You can always submit photos and videos to us through the KY3 weather app. The snowfall isn't all work, no play. This is video near the Pat Jones Y along East Republic Road. Lots of kids bundled up, swooshed on down the slopes on a sled or disc. Look like fun. If you didn't get out today to do that, you'll have to hurry up to soak up the snow before the weekend sun turns it to slush. And from people to puppies, check out Springfield Police Dog Lieutenant Dan playing in the snow. The Chocolate Lab enjoyed frolicking in the flurries with his sister Nessie. Lieutenant Dan is a police comfort dog. He lives with his handler Tanya, a forensic evidence technician. We're back to find out just how warm it'll get after this. Oh, it's going to be some good time for snowball making.
Yeah, snowball making weather tomorrow morning will be the best time. By the afternoon, it'll get a bit slushier. By the evening, even slushier, kind of gross. Probably don't want to touch it anymore.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's forecast is going to be in the mid to upper 30s. We'll be dry. We'll see sunshine for the day. And then by the end of next week, briefly warmer in the 40s.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for watching KY3 News at 5. Steve will see you right back here in half an hour.